like in that song, Do You Feel Me Now? So when you have a loss in your life, whether it's a girlfriend, a wife, or something, you feel that loss. Oh, it just tears you apart. Because when somebody's been part of your life for so many years, a departure from the normal, I mean, you're always used to having them there. They become part of your body, really, part of your soul. They're always there. The show's always on to talk about something. I need to know what's going on in Frank's life. I mean, I need to know. I need to know. Well, I don't show you everything in my life, but I don't mind sharing a few little bits of this and that and cameos of this and that around the family. I got nothing to hide here. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I'm not pretentious in any way. That's just not me. I'm not going to hide all of my family anyway. They're such an integral part of my life. Well, Papa, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't understand that. You know. But the other thing is to have somebody around you know it's true love, and it has nothing to do with money. Holding that proverbial carrot in front of a chick, and she's going to hang around as long as you give her more carrots. That kind of thing. No, we don't know anybody on here that does that, do we? Nah, I can't think of anybody really. I sure could. Say what you want. Say what you want. But I kind of see things as they are, not as other people would want them to be. I think I'm going to make use of this tea and run it again here. I hate being wasteful. So let's going to run this puppy through one more time. Do you feel me now? When you've been listening to somebody on YouTube for many, many, many years, you'll feel the loss. Like people who, like Ricky wasn't on for a while because he was having his operation. You start thinking, well, what the hell happened to him, man? All kinds of shit goes through your mind. He died or something like that. Oh, we had some big flooding in here yesterday. We had this guy who did a great job too, working on my air conditioning. Look at these big windows we have in here. The seal, there's a sealant around the glass. There's actually you can't see it really, but that's a plate of glass up there too that runs above, and the sealant came off. Isn't it a beautiful morning, isn't it? Look at that. It's a beautiful morning. It's always a beautiful morning. You get up. And the water was coming in as if it was raining in the house. We had to mop that up. So we have to get a sealant. Such a nice room here. We got to do more with this room. Got to do a lot more than this. We just got a couple of pieces of exercise equipment here, a couple of little weights and stuff like that. No little doodads to the side here, and dumbbell and whatever. There's an ab thing over here. There's enough to get exercise done. And of course, the real Jane Fonda weight. That's right. That's a Jane Fonda weight there. I don't consider the 20-pound a Jane Fonda weight, but I'm not going to get into that. Look at that sky. Look at that sky. God, you guys, you just don't get it, do you? I don't think you'll ever get it. It's the little things in life that are so important. I understand my importance to some people, but I'm really not that important, but I'm glad to have you aboard. I'm glad to have you talk about me. See this room? It's a nice room. Look at those windows, man. Quite an expense when they put this in here, really. This was an addition to the house that the former, original owners put in here. It's a really nice room. It adjoins my bedroom here. Yeah. Anyway, a little off topic, but you've been listening to somebody for such a long time, and you get to know the person. And if they've been like, it's like part of your diet, you used to have a certain food. And you don't have it anymore. You miss it. A little different. I mean, we're talking about emotion. And you've been listening to somebody for a really long time. In fact, you depend on listening to this person. Here you go, more sky for you. You depend on people having a show, and it's just like watching like a series on TV. You start listening to the series, and you get really wound up with it. You got to watch it to the end. You want to know what happens at the end. So you're going to keep on watching it and watch, just like soap operas on TV. Been on for 50, 60 years, General Hospital, whatever it might be, like Popeye. Popeye is very dependent on, soap operas. And that's why YouTube is so important to him, that it's like he wants to be one of these actors, wants to be part of the soap opera. What do you smell, sweetheart? What do you... Okay. You become so entwined with it, It's like the continuing adventures. And to them, it does become the Truman Show in a way. They want to know what's going on with your life. They want to know everything. They want to know everything about your partner. She's alive. She's well. What your relationship is. Blah, blah, blah. So you find yourself, you got the person on YouTube on your notification, So when you do put a show on, they're there. Maybe not in mass numbers in my case, but they're there. Guaranteed they're there. Who were they saying was, the Channel of Truth? They were saying that about Mad Matthew and who else? No. They were saying about Mr. Right in the Mr. Right in the Philippines. Don't get me going on that. Oh, fuck. I beg to differ, but, I got these people by how many years, as far as a channel of truth and fact, I mean, you're not going to get better than mine on that. You can look at this as a good thing or a bad thing. Too much truth, too much personal stuff at times, perhaps, but people love it. They come back, even though they're trolls, they tune in. And they're so in tune with what, for example, we're talking about me, what I do on here, that they have to record my shows. I've become a topic of conversation, everything from Discord, YouTube. They devote shows to me. They copy my shows. And I'm like the talk of the town. And I'm saying, wow, I must have a certain amount of charisma. Because honestly, I don't listen to anybody on here in particular that intensely, a YouTube show. There's no particular show on here that I feel that, oh shit, man, I can't miss this show. What are they going to be talking about today? Actually, nobody on here has ever struck me in that way. I can't think of anyone really. I'm bored with half of the shit that's on here. I mean, truly bored. I'm like asking myself, like, please find a show on here that I don't mind listening to every day, because what they have to say is like, they're really hitting it. They're really saying what it's all about, life, everything else. I don't think anybody can get so deep into philosophy as I can. Maybe I should have been a philosopher. I don't know. But I kind of tell it like it is. And people love that. Trolls too. They love it, man, every minute of it. Look, if if you have to question somebody's show, then don't listen to it, really. It's either you like the material or not. If you keep on coming back, it must say something. That you're doing something right to make them come back. Because I'm not going to force myself to listen to somebody's show if, I don't agree with their philosophy, or the topic matter is so repetitive and boring that I can't force myself to listen to. I could go on their show, I could skim through it, see what it's all about. But that's about it. There's nobody on here that really catches my attention. I can't think of one show that really catches my attention that I got to listen to it, Unless it was Barry in his heyday. Because you had to listen to that. I mean, to get you understand why, I know his history of it. You had to listen to that. It's, everybody wants that train wreck effect, That's what it is, a train wreck, Everybody wants to see a train wreck. I don't know why. People can get hurt in a train wreck, You can hurt the train too, What's more important, the train to the people? You can look at it that way too. But let's get back into emotion. Well, if you're even half human, you have emotions. And here's the thing, YouTube does not become important in your life when, for example, if you have a personal crisis, it could be a partner, it could be somebody in the family, whatever it might be. That takes precedence over any bullshit you can listen to on YouTube. Or if you have a life-threatening illness, well, okay, which I know it's going to come to Heidi, okay. Ricky did say something on his last show. He said, in reference to, now it's not even the heart, and she's dying. Now it's fibromyalgia. I don't know how you guys get taken in by this shit. I really don't. I saw it from the beginning, this campaign where her life is on the edge. She's going to die. She's going to die. Now it got down to her biggest problem is fibromyalgia. Oh, my God. She was on the edge of death. And you people buy into this shit. Well, please, don't get me wrong. And this ain't going to be the Heidi show here, but she does got problems, obviously. I'm pretty straightforward when I talk about people. And I tell you how I think, how I feel. No, she's not in great shape. I don't think longevity on a life cycle is in it for her there. For obvious reasons. She's obviously overweight and all that stuff. She won't quit the donuts, though, but she'll take your money, though. And they did buy the air conditioner. They did buy the hospital bed, like I said, right? You hear it from me. I said it. Of course she was going to buy that. Now it's down to fibromyalgia. Seems to be her most current problem. So in other words, folks, I don't think I need an operation anymore, but we'll still keep that little description box in the GoFundMe thing on there that George wrote for Heidi. My wife, she's dying. She has to have a heart operation and stents and all that stuff. Well, unless I missed something, she didn't go for heart operation. She didn't even go for her stents. You guys buy into this all the time. Now that's not important anymore. She's probably got more energy than me. For someone with a bad, is going to suffer congestive heart failure and her arteries are clogged up for here to kingdom come. Doing pretty well, I'd say, for someone that's dying. Damn. But you guys get, you get sucked up into this, like you get sucked up into just about everything, really. You believe people too much. Much too much. I don't know how you guys would work this, but if I was in Heidi's position, this is just me. But even if I didn't collect, for example, the amount of money, which was their goal on the GoFundMe, right? I'd be Johnny on the spot to at least get some kind of procedure done. Get it started. You could work out the monetary shit later on with the hospital, doctor, whatever. You could work that out one way or the other. But if I was in her position, forbid I ever was, shit, I wouldn't hesitate. Now, the thing was, like, I never had any life-threatening experiences, really. But I've had a lot of pain from something. The only thing I could think of, really, when I went to the hospital had to do with a very large kidney stone I had. And yes, it was painful. I wasn't exaggerating about that. I knew I had to go in and get it done. I wasn't worried about the money. Luckily, I had the money for all this. But if I didn't, I still would have went in anyway. You're not going to stand there in pain and say, well, I'm going to have a GoFundMe to, get the money for these procedures. No, I'm standing there in fucking pain, sweat coming down my head, feeling like my body's about to give out, about to fall on the floor, feeling like I'm going to lose consciousness. What, and I'm going to wait till I do a GoFundMe to go to the hospital and have a procedure done? No, Jack. I'm going in, brother. Money or no money, I'm going in. You worry about the money later on. The phony baloney's on here, Everybody's scamming each other. I don't know why. Are they that fucking broke? And that's like being really disrespectful to your viewers that are earning you that AdSense money, by watching your channel. You're basically slapping your viewers in the face, your devotees, your fanboys, You're slapping them in the face, figuratively. And they're donating to you. You come on there, big time strong. George writes up this fucking 5-paragraph thing, whatever it was, on the FundMe page. Oh, my wife is dying. She's dying. She needs to have a heart operation. Well, Ricky's right about that. I mean, I've talked about it well before Ricky, but Ricky came on and he was talking about that. Well, he has his own problems, by the way, but he needs to attend to, but that's not about Ricky this morning, really. Man, you're going to be in that hospital, Jack. Fuck the funding. You'll figure it out. If you don't have the money, you'll figure it out. That's not your most important concern at the moment. But damn, if a doctor told me that my aorta was that fucked up and the arteries were so fucking clogged and needed to get a little Drano effect and get a roto-rooter to go to your arteries and clear out the plaque and put some stents in there, then you go and get it done. But you keep on putting shows on, still attacking people and, better than thou type image and being very aggressive with your viewers. You get the job done. And did Ricky mention that or did I? I've also mentioned it too. And she's got an oxygen mask on. Now, when you breathe, it's a natural thing. What you're going to see in the oxygen mask, I don't know what you want to call that, condensation or whatever. You're going to see the vapor of your breath. It's a moist vapor. And you're going to see that just like on a mask. You're going to go, snorkeling or something. if you have to kind of, it covers your nose. There's going to be, you're going to see somebody's breath. You're going to see, I don't know, let's call it condensation for lack of better words. We didn't see any of that in there. She didn't have no oxygen turned on. I think that's really insulting your viewers to make you believe this shit. Those are the people you need to go after. The phony baloney bullshit artists, the scammers, real scammers. Those are the people you should concentrate on. I know you want to find someone to pick on here. You want to find somebody to harass or whatever. There you go. There you go. There's your target right there. Someone who deserves both barrels for lying to the people. The difference with me is I don't lie on my show. I can't say that enough. I don't lie on my show. I tell it like it is, and some people don't want to hear that. Some people appreciate it, but some people, they don't want to hear that. So they'll make shit up about you to compensate, Like I said, I've been called every name in a book by trolls on here. They either apply or they don't. But if they don't, what's the use? You can't hurt somebody and make them feel something that ain't there. Labeling somebody as a pedophile or some shit like that. Well, if you're not a pedophile, you're not going to be, you're not going to have sweat coming down your head if somebody calls you that name. But it's something you shouldn't call anybody. You can't hate somebody that much and call somebody that. There are consequences to that, obviously. So, need I have to go into that? You can say things on YouTube. You're allowed to a point. But sometimes you just go too far. But that never happens. Okay, we're kind of all over the planet this morning with the topics, but I'm just kind of speaking out loud and just covering a few things on here that I think need to be addressed. Everybody on here has a past. We all have a past. But a lot of people like to hide their past. They become very pretentious. They become very offensive to others on here, but there's always a reason behind that. There's a story behind every single person on here who has a show or comments, who only display very negative comments, or they do shows about you very negatively. There's always something behind. There's a rhyme and reason why people do this stuff. And I'm not going to go into a big spiel about that because I've gone over it many times before. But I'm going to impress upon you with this. It's loneliness. You know what's a horrible thing is, speaking of loneliness, the worst thing in the world as you get older. It's the worst thing in the world. Oh, people will claim, their independence, they like being independent, but they're full of shit. They're full of shit. Nobody wants to be alone, especially when you're getting older. Here we go again with this fucking battery. We have a problem with the charger, I think is what it is, too. It could be the charger in the phone. I don't know. How many chargers we got to replace? Oh, okay, that's right. Last night, I was too lazy to get up and find the charger when I went to bed, and I said, fuck it, So I'm going to have to plug in somewhere if I can find a goddamn charger. It's all over the planet here. We have all different chargers. It belongs to this one, that one, that one, She has her own. Where's mine? Hold on a second here. This is fucking ridiculous. Oh, here's one. Okay, we'll utilize this one. This is the longest one I've got. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, here we go. More comfy. And I think the denominator with a lot of these people, like Popeye and people like that, I think they're so freaking lonely. It's like having a bad moment in your life and you're pissed off at the world. Oh, something didn't go good with your job that day, or you're having a lot of friction with your wife or something, or you're in a bad mood, but then it's like they're in a bad mood all the time without that shit happening. Again, it's that bitterness thing. So they want to lash out at people on social media, since we're talking about social media in general. Who could I lash out on and why? Let me find a reason to lash out on somebody. I'm upset. This is what their brain is really telling themselves. I'm upset because Frank, as a great example, says, I'm talking about this. I'm upset that he maintained his relationship for a whole decade. I don't have that, they're thinking. I'm upset because he made it to the Philippines, stayed in the Philippines, still here. He's not bopping around all the different countries. He's not chasing his tail. Oh, gee, I wish I can do that, they're thinking. It really upsets them. It really upsets people when they're not achieving what some other people are, such as myself. You might say, well, what are you achieving, dude? A lot. A lot. Well, I'm alive, for one. That speaks for something. I don't feel alone. I can definitely tell you for the past 10 plus years, I haven't felt alone. That says something right there. Not everybody has that. Oh, they'll pretend to be happy and they got a harem and all that shit. But to me, it's like, ah, it's shallow. That's the word. It's shallow. Unless you're in a relationship that's a meaningful relationship, not just for show or to appease your manlyhood, your ego. Oops, ego. I'm not going to have a woman around me just to satisfy my ego, or more than one woman to satisfy my ego. There's something wrong with that picture. I'm happy with one woman. Thank you very much. I'm glad to have anybody, really. But I realize I have so much more than I think a lot of YouTubers on here have. I notice every single day. I could personally, although I've been independent a good part of my life, I could live on my own, and I did many times. Where girlfriends were far in between, and managed to be independent. If you haven't been in like a relationship for a long time, it don't bother you that much. To a point, then it sometimes will hit you. Oh man, I can't do this. I got to have somebody by my side to love, and vice versa, and all that. Then you start feeling that pain after a while. As my age is advancing, as all our ages are, you'll feel it. And if you don't have anybody by the time you're retired, you move to the Philippines. You think it's all fun and games out here, but it's really not. They think they can find a woman. Sure, you could find a woman, but what's your motives? That's the question. And if you can't even find a woman, any woman, good or bad, uh, to be with you, whether they're for rent or whatever, you're doing something wrong, Jack. You better find out what it is and remedy it because you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. I personally will never have that problem. What's that worth in dollar signs? You can't put a dollar sign on that. Something like that is not for sale. Earned trust, earned love. Having somebody with you that's not with you because, you know, you got a huge bank account and they're waiting for you to die. Oh, excuse me. Unalive, waiting for you to be unalived. There you go. Maybe you'll relate to that word better. Unalive. Dead, okay? Dead. Gone. Died. Fuck this unalive shit. I think a lot of people are feeling that out there. There's something lacking in their life. There's no doubt about it. They wouldn't behave that way. They wouldn't be on the attack so much. There's something lacking in their life. Whether it's a good woman, common sense, or something's missing. Synapse in your brain, the neurons are not synapsing. I don't know. Something's going haywire. But to live your life as you get older, that's kind of scary. I think it is. Although I've been independent a lot of my life, I'm at that point in life that I don't want to be independent in that way. I've had to do it by choice. I feel comfortable in my own skin being around the woman I've been with for a long time. Fits me like a glove. It's like an extension of my own body. And when you find somebody like that, you hit the jackpot. And it's like don't be upset with me because I'm living the life I want to live. You can do that too. I think for the most part, I think you can. Some people can't. It's impossible because they're oh, the nature of the beast, their personality, their outlook on life, their how they treat women, what they think women are only good for, call them, hoes. So you think of Filipinos as hoes. Well, you're not going to get a solid relationship if that's how you really feel. But no, no, no. It's the people who call them hoes are the ones that are not successful in getting that special Filipina or anyone, no matter where you live. It could be a Filipina, don't matter, Australian, I don't care what it is. You haven't been able to achieve that goal. And sure, that pisses you off. And then you wonder why. But that's where you have to self-examine yourself and get an understanding of why that's happening. That's up to you. If you can't figure yourself out and figure what's going wrong with you and face that reality that, yeah, you are a schmuck or you're hateful or you're bitter. These chicks, man, they see that. It doesn't take more than a half an hour. You spend some time with a woman you just met. She can figure you out pretty well. They're pretty sharp with that. Filipinos are pretty sharp with that. You can be pretentious and all that, and promise them the moon, the stars, and the sun. They've heard it before. I assure you, they've heard it before. Some buy into it. Weak-minded Filipinos, they'll buy into it, according to how desperate they are. This guy could be real. He could be a real charmer too. If you get a naive or gullible Filipino, she's going to buy into all that shit. And a lot do. Just get disappointed later on. Anyway. Holy shit, got an emergency around here this morning. I didn't buy any butter yesterday. I told her while she was out to pick up some butter. I cannot have my oatmeal, folks. I'm sorry. I cannot eat it without a little butter in it for flavor. Sorry, I can't do it this morning. I guess it's me, my tea, and my croissant. Croissant. I think that's all I could do. Well, I could make some eggs. I'll do it. I might even have some hard boiled eggs somewhere. God, I'm hoping that part comes in for the refrigerator earlier than I expect. I got to start putting some stuff in there. I got to go shopping. Well, for what around here? Well, yeah, it's just basics. There's not much to buy in the stores around here, and that's kind of a oops, watch the word bummer. It's kind of a bummer. I'm not around the corner from SNR or Landers. I was so happy she came back, and I don't eat hamburgers very often. She came back. She thought about me because they went out last night to where'd they go to? Her the kids went out, and her friend, her friend too, lovely. Uh, just go downtown for a little bit and do this and do that, have a treat or something. But now knowing I didn't have any food in the house, I was ready to eat. I didn't have shit. There was no time to defrost anything. But always thinking about me, she came home and she bought a burger from a restaurant. It actually was pretty good. I said, "Damn, now you're thinking the way I did. I mean, you're reading my mind because I really felt like a good hamburger. It wasn't the best in the world, but it was actually pretty. It was actually pretty good." I said, "Thanks for thinking about me with this." I said, "Tell you the truth, I didn't find anything around here I wanted to eat." She came back with that burger for me. I said, "Wow." And these croissants, which I had part of it this morning. Well, I had one last night too, but that was also thoughtful of her. That's the care she shows for me. She's always thinking about me. She seems to put me first. And that's funny because, I always put her first in my life. So that works out real well, doesn't it? I put her first in my life and she puts me first. That's when you know you got a good woman. But you don't want to hear that, do you? I think that's part of the problem. People get so hateful that they only wish the worst on somebody. But you have to ask yourself, why are you thinking that way? I mean, truthfully, what have I really done that would make people react the way they do? And look at my life under a microscope. Everything I do, everything I say, record me. There's something going on with that, which we actually discussed already. Envy, jealousy, it's out of my control, dudes. You got to put your life together. It's not my job to put your life together. You better start now because if you're retirement age and you ain't got nobody, and if you're a lot younger than retirement age and you're not getting anywhere, you better start doing something and consider the rest of your life whether you want to be alone and suffer all that emotional pain of loneliness. Only you're in control of your own situation. I have nothing to do with it. I took care of business and I got my shit together. And if you try, I think you actually can. But I think with some people, it might be almost impossible. For a lot of the stated reasons I put out there before, your own personality, your demeanor, all that shit. I mean, you either got it or you don't. And if you don't, you better work on it because I guarantee you, as you get older and maybe your body starts breaking down, you're going to need somebody at your side to have that loving care. Someone who gives a shit about you. You don't realize how important that is. I feel sorry for a lot of much older people. They lost their wives, that they had by their side for 50, 60 years. Oh, that's gotta hurt. That's like losing part of yourself. I can't imagine the deep down emotional pain, as we started off talking about emotional pain. I can't even imagine that. It's just like I can't imagine my partner not being with me. Oh, we could separate for a period of time. Like when I went to Hawaii, I was over there. What? I don't know. Was it 14 months because of the COVID thing? It was quite a bit. I didn't feel a lot of loss because we communicated all the time. As long as they're in your life, one way or the other, it's important because you'll be together someday again. But what if you couldn't? That's why I think it's so important to appreciate what you have at your side right now and hold on to it. Respect the woman you're with. You'll get that respect back in spades, I guarantee you, as I have. Anyway, I don't want to bore my audience anymore. Popeye doesn't like long shows, so I got to give him a break because he's got to put his 2 cents in on my shows. And as I said, there's some people that live other people's lives. In other words, you heard the word vicariously, right? I think Popeye, it's one of those situations. He's living his life vicariously through me, which I think is it's just really sad. And there's even in moments I kind of feel sorry for Robert. Very rare that I feel that, mind you, but I'm trying to picture myself in his situation, and thank goodness, thank my lucky stars that I'm not in his situation. I'd rather take a gun to my head and end it. I could not be in his situation. Has mobility issues. He's very sad and lonely. The guy's just slightly younger than me, I guess. I can't even imagine it. Because once you latch on to somebody and you've been in a relationship a long time, she becomes part of you and vice versa. You cannot see yourself without being with her. If something happened, you broke up or she died or something. Man, you're lost. You're lost. Then I can see the bitter attitude coming out. Fuck the world, like Mad Matthews, who's mad at the world and he's going to tell you about it. Well, I give him credit. I keep on saying that. I think he's a crazy motherfucker, but I give him credit that he's speaking out like I do. He's like one of these people. I'm mad as hell, and I don't want to. I'm not going to take it anymore. I give him that credit, and he'll come out and say, "I'm going to do a rant." Some people need to do ranting. It's just a way of getting all that crap out of you. Region Six have Steve. Oh, Steve, who are you talking to on here, man? Steve, who's Steve? Region's talking to Steve. Steve, who? Steve, have you lost enough weight to finally fit on an airplane? Who is Steve? I'm not familiar with a Steve. Clue me in on this. Have you lost enough weight to fit on an airplane? Is that true? You have to pay for both seats. So if Heidi took an airplane ride, she'd have to pay for 3 seats. Does it work? I think it does work that way, doesn't it? That's a shame. Steve. Oh, I guess I'm missing something here. Region, who is Steve? Who are you talking about? You lost me on this. Apparently, somebody's on here that I can't see that I probably blocked. I don't know how Heidi would do it. I guess you'd have to pay for a couple of seats. But that's fair because you take up a seat, the airline is losing money. And I know a lot of overweight people they don't like that. They feel very embarrassed about the situation of their weight, where their ass needs at least two seats to themselves. Oh, Mike, you still owe me 50K, Mike. You reneged on the deal, dude. Naughty boy, Mike. You and Don, you both owe me 50K. Like I ever expected that, right? Hey, did my job, but you didn't pay. Well, you could always hit my PayPal on here. It doesn't make up for 50K. We got the PayPal on here. You can always do that. No, but getting back to this, man, seriously, and I've been talking seriously. If people don't understand all the bitterness on YouTube, it's not that complicated, really. It's all of the above I just talked about. There's something missing in somebody's life, even if you are in a relationship, where your relationship is really shallow and it's not based on love. It's based on just having some chicks around you that keep you company. And it's all an image thing, showing people, look at this, I got this woman. Not only got a woman, I got a mistress too. It's a power play, is all it is. But those are the loneliest people you're going to find. They're not happy with their lives, no matter how much money they have. They're not truly happy. I'm convinced of it. You're not going to tell me anything different. Okay. Has anybody seen Heminger or Heidel? Heminger comes on my show now and then. Heminger didn't disappear. Hasn't been that long of a time. No, Heminger comes on. But listen to some of these people on YouTube and listen to their bullshit stories about their life. It's supposed to be so much better than everybody else. And you know better because you know a little about their history. We have somebody out there that has a really, interesting way of thinking where they're a lot better than anybody else on here because of, how much is in their bank account and stuff like that. It never works. And the funny thing is that these people who are known as being real big antagonists, ask them where they met their women. Ask them where they met their wife or their mistress. Ask them. In one particular person's situation, I know exactly where they met him. In a bar. High quality. In fact, one guy met his woman in a bar, and she'd entertain the customers by dancing with him and stuff. Oh yeah, quality women. Quality women. What do you expect losers to get? Quality women. But you have them hanging around you to make you feel important. It's like a sense of empowerment. Like all these sheiks and all that, and throughout history, they had a whole harem. It was an empowerment thing. It was I could have all these women, like all the riches to keep these women around me and coming. It was all shallow. Even in a real harem, going back historically, when harems were a big thing, and some of them still are. These women don't give a fuck about the guy. They want to live in that little palace and live well and, cater to the needs of the guy that's supporting her and the other harem members. They may hate the guy's guts, But, you got to survive, right? You got to survive any way you can. So you're going to kiss up to the guy with the money or the guy that's providing you with a nice surrounding and, and all that stuff. That's a shallow life. That's a horribly shallow life. But how proud can you be to marry a bar girl? A bar girl. I mean, really, a bar girl. And that's where the mistress comes in too. They're bar girls. Where do you think he found them? Yeah, the guy called, George Hamilton. That guy we're talking about, George Hamilton. He's got a wife and he's got a mistress. Even had babies with the mistress too, which made the wife not very happy in the beginning. Big fight, which was amicably settled. Indeed. Man, I just couldn't live a life that way, man. They try to prove to you that they got it all. I am the greatest. The Muhammad Ali's of YouTube. No, they don't. They're living a shallow life. They're not going to admit it to you or me. They'll come back and rebuttal anything you say. They're going to come back with some lame comment or something. They're trying to protect themselves. It's human nature. I understand. It's okay. It's okay that you do that. That's not my relationship, man. I would never go for something like that. I got nothing to prove by surrounding myself with a bunch of women that would not give a fuck about me if I lived or died. That all they care about is, you got enough money to buy me that new clothing? Are we going to go out for a Korean? Cheapest fucking food. Oh, are we going to make a trip? Come on, daddy. Good boy. Good girl. Get down. We're going to make a trip. I can't live that kind of life, man. I just can't. I cannot be in a shallow fucking relationship. But then again, that's me. And I'm talking about me. I can't do that. I would rather be alone, me and my lonesome, than to be in a relationship that's not real. Look, you want a caretaker? You got health problems? Then hire a caretaker. Don't call it a relationship. Call it what it is. You're going to meet somebody online, perhaps you say, be honest. Look, I need a caretaker. Okay, I can do that for you, sir. I'm good Filipina. I'm good caretaker. I take good care of you. I love you a long time. Buy me chocolates and nylon stockings. I take care of you a long time. That's what some people want. But they disguise it as a relationship because they want to show the other guys that they're really alone. Hey, look at this, man. I got this woman. Is it your woman or is it your caretaker? Which is it? More likely your caretaker. Hey, I got a caretaker. I sure as hell do. And I'm her caretaker. So it works out. But the difference is there's love involved, there's emotion involved, there's feelings involved. It has nothing to do with taking out my wallet. Hey, see what I got there, baby? Looking good, huh? Looking good like it should. Tastes good like a cigarette should, or whatever. Look at the green of my money. Look at that, babe. Looky. Ah, that looks good to you. Ah, you like. Sure, she likes it. She ain't stupid. But that's what binds the relationship is how much you have in the bank or what you can do. Fuck that shit, man. I just can't do that. I would rather be alone. Oh, shit. Oh, pardon me. But that's just me, man. Look, I've achieved what I wanted. That's all that matters to me. Call me every name in a fucking book you want, but I know what it's all about. You're not hurting my feelings. To whoever this may apply to, you're not hurting my feelings. You couldn't possibly do that. It's not going to work. I'm beyond all that shit. I'm living a good life. I'm living the life that I want to live. That's the important thing. The life that I want to live. And I've achieved it. Thank you very much. But it's nothing that any one of you couldn't do unless you're that much of a louse. Then you probably deserve to be alone. Don't hurt a woman. Don't get it. Pretend to be something you're not. And then you get some woman emotionally involved with you. She has feelings too. Then you turn out to be some jack off and you mistreat her. Don't even bother to get in a relationship. Instead of thinking about yourself all the time, think about how she feels, how much time she's invested in you. That's what you got to think about. Think about her feelings and a waste of her time where she could have been somebody that who gives a fuck. But you wasted all her time. That's the sad part. Okay, I'm probably going to have to go here. I think the lady, is she home now? Yeah. I got to go. Besides, I got to hit something up in the exercise room. I'm not going to be going too crazy this morning, but certain things I have to do. I got to make sure I do. It's too easy to make an excuse. It becomes easy for me sometimes. And you shouldn't have to really force yourself to do this. Sometimes I do, but I really realize I need to do it. I'm not sure what I'm eating this morning, but if I should go out for breakfast or something, I'm not sure. I always have some fruit or something. I don't know. Even have some vegetables. Well, anyway, Ricky, hope your operation went very well. Don't worry, you can survive with one testicle. If it was going to atrophy, well, then you did yourself a favor. Get cancer that way. So hope that worked out for you. No, seriously, I do. Hopefully that worked out for you. Because if you would have left it alone, you got other problems. Weight and all that shit going on. You don't need something like that. But glad to see you back. Put on a few more shows. Even if you talk about me, that's all cool. You're forgiven. But, you got to take some of the pressure off me. You got to do more shows. Because they're leaning on me too much here for entertainment. I can't deliver it all the time. It just takes a lot out of me. Hope you understand that. They're dependent on me to do shows. And it puts it really does put some internal pressure on me. I don't like that feeling. I have to be out there for somebody all the time. And it kind of takes its toll. I think you understand. So do me a favor. Put more shows on. Yeah, it's all right if you talk about me in the shows. I don't have a problem with that. You do anyway, so. But take some of the pressure off me. They're becoming too dependent to listen to me all the time. It can be kind of stressful at times. So do some daily shows a little bit. I can't be here forever for everybody. You know what I mean? Who knows? You may outlive me, Ricky. Well, which I doubt. But while you're here, while you're still alive, come on, put on some quality shows. Get back into action again. Give me something to listen to. See what I'm saying? Okay, folks, gotta go. Love you. And toodles. Oh, Popeye. Hey, love you too, Popeye. But don't love me back too much. Throw those pictures of me and Gilda away, please. please. You got to move on with your life. Find yourself a real woman. I mean, how often you got to jack off to pictures of me and Gilda? I mean, come on, that's pretty.
All right, there you go, folks. Oh man, oh man. All right, welcome in, guys. Good to see you, Mike Luna. Already short. Steve 25901. Steve, he's saying some bad things about you, bro. Chubba Wubba 169. How you doing, Don C? Welcome in. Who else we got here? ET Travel Freely, Sweet Pea Hero. Welcome in. Welcome in, guys. How's everybody doing tonight? Yes, yes, yes. Billings Flying Circus. Welcome in. Hmm. You know, I could see Billings Flying Circus in StreamYard, but I can't see him. Hmm. I can't see him in the regular chat. Captain Thornton. Frank's Frank explains to us again about Gilda's work history. Uneducated, poor English, and came from Leyte. That has bar girl written all over it. You probably shouldn't throw stones. All right, let's check our poll, man. Let's check our poll. And our poll is now come to a close. If you were forced to watch one, pick General Hospital or Frank's live stream. 74%, Frank, would rather watch General Hospital than watch your live stream. Only 26% said they will, if they were forced, they would watch your live stream. Oh man, that's out of 31 votes, Frank. So, what do we got here today? We got Don C. Welcome in. You thought it was genital hospital? That's a good one, man. Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. That's funny as hell. Genital hospital. It was genital hospital over there on Frank's channel today. He liked talking about Ricky's genitals, because we all know Frank is quite familiar with hernia operation, um, becoming impotent, asking around on blogs. Oh man. But, uh, you know, what's he talking about today? Everybody's jealous of him. Everybody's living vicariously through him. He feels sorry for us. I mean, really? Hmm. I I just don't know. I really don't know what to tell you, man. Oh, let's see. Billings Flying Circus says Frank doesn't even know how to make fun of someone properly or make a joke. Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, but Steve, man, we're with you, buddy. I mean, he really ripped into you. Do you feel special now, Steve? We are all Frank Butt-tagular cosplayers. If I say I'm jealous, will it stop? I don't know. You could give it a shot, sweet pea. Give it a shot, you know? Uh, man, I tell you. But it is what it is, folks. I mean, I think he got a little mad. Uh, I guess he wasn't going to show his dirty dining room table with wasted food all over it again, you know? Uh, and he wants Ricky to pick up the yoke for him again. But I just thought that was terrible yesterday that, he criticized and disciplined that kid on a live stream. And then he turns around today and he says, I don't know what I've done. They make up stories about me. All right, let's go through a list, shall we? Let's see. He yelled and screamed at a kid living on the street, and I mean kid, to get a job. He sat with a 8-year-old boy and sang about another man's penis. That's pedophile behavior. That's not a made up story, right? He got sued because he drove his tenants crazy and he owes them 60K. That's not a made up story. On a live stream, he told Warren H., I hope you fucking die of cancer. That's not a made up story. Yes, he owes, you're right, convicted by a court to pay. And he's not going to pay it, right? He's not going to pay it. Chubba Wubba, he has no ability to see what a prick he is. Exactly. He is. He's a prick. And that's not a made up story. He disciplined that kid and right on YouTube in front of God and everybody. Dude, it's bad enough Filipinos don't like confrontation, but then you embarrass the shit out of the kid. He's not a very nice person, Frank. Not very nice at all. What's the deal with those emails from his former tenants claiming they could hear Frank crying through the walls because Gilda was going to break up with him? Yes, I have those emails, but I'm not going to release them. Okay. Because anytime I put up receipts now, what happens? Oh, that's edited. That's AI. Okay. That's right. He's crying like a little pussy because, Octomom was gonna fucking break up with him. So what did he do? He ran back to Philippines, bought her a house, and all was right with the world again. I, I mean, and I give her credit. She's hanging in there, man. She's hanging in there. She knows sooner or later he's either gonna get deported or he's not gonna wake up one morning. And yes, we have refrigerator. We have refrigerator gate. And Don, I want to thank you for that short you put up, man. I put it up on my channel. That was great. That was awesome. Thank you, buddy. He's waiting on parts. What can he do? Gosh, you know. I mean, exactly. She obviously loves him. She bought a sandwich. Okay, of course, a- and he thought she's greatest thing since sliced bread. And why? Because he didn't have to pay for the sandwich. Okay, she paid for the sandwich. I mean, just like Gilda told Yachts, and she told Mick that she pays all the bills and the house is hers. Eh? And when asked, they asked Gilda, well, what does he do with his money? And she told them he spends it all on court cases and vitamins. I have Asia Unscripted. I have no idea. I haven't been following Ricky. Um, so listening to what he has to say is sketchy at best. Honestly, Gilda could just rebroadcast any show he's done in the past last 3 years and pass it off as a live. Oh man. Oh. I'll trade you an immigration document. I had the real one for the Frank crying video. Well, I think, Don, we're gonna have to go into negotiations on that. And dude, you just listened to him for an hour and 15 minutes. All he did was fucking cry. I have a great relationship. She loves me. I'm grounded. How many times we've heard I'm grounded? I have a great relationship. She loves me. I mean, hey, I guess if you say it enough times, Frank, it's got to be true, right? See, Frank, you're not lying to us. You're only lying to yourself. Okay? She don't give two shits about you. She only cares what she can provide. That's how a Filipina from Leyte, who's brought up in a very impoverished area, thinks what love is. Love to her is security. If you're not providing enough, if you fall under the bar, Frank, you're gone. Simple as that. I mean, you're right, Steve. She won't even kiss him, you know? Oh, dude. Don C, you do great work, man. All you guys. I mean, you've given me a break from doing Popeye's shorts. I mean, your shorts are just as good and uh, gives me a little more time, and I could come up here and do a simulcast and let you guys say what you want to say. And that's Frank. She doesn't love you, okay? Because she doesn't know how to love anybody. She loves security, Frank. And, Frank, Jimmy couldn't give her security. Jimmy was out fucking around on her, having a great fucking time. Ah, now you're paying for Jimmy's kids. So you say. So you say, just arrived from my walk. Good morning, men among men. Well, good morning, Raven Knight. It's always good to see you. But hey, I mean, I I don't know what to tell you, Frank, but we're not jealous. We don't live vicariously. We're just here to mock you and fuck with you. That's it. Get used to it. Right? Get used to it. We're quite happy to have you down and screw. It doesn't get any better than that. Guaranteed. Doesn't get any better than that, Frank. Frank enables Jimmy to crack corn while the rest of us are really don't care. Yeah, that's true, Steve. Very true. But let's see here. All right, guys. He didn't have much to say, so I don't have much to comment on. So I will catch you all on the flip side. And I want to thank you all for coming in. And you have a wonderful day. Why kiss him? Frank does not French kiss. It's like kissing one of those, one of her dozen sons. All right, guys. This is Popeye One. I'm out of here. You have a good one.